Greetings! Welcome to Church of Real Talk. I am your host, Minister Robinson, and as always, so very excited that you are here. Listen, it's Feel Good Friday. It's definitely Feel Good Friday, and probably from the title of the video, you're probably like, what does that got to do with Feel Good Friday? It has a lot to do with it. I'm going to tell you guys something. Since I began to awaken and I started to sense that there were others out there that sensed that they had a purpose, a divine purpose that was given to them, I'm going to tell you something. I am so honored to be in your presence, to be able to give these offerings, to be able to speak to you, to be able to hopefully give motivation and inspiration. And you know what? I'm going to tell you something. We're going to talk about another chosen one today. Not in a bad way, in a great way, okay? So whether you believe in a higher power or not, this actually comes from scripture or text, biblical text. No one can deny that the person that walked amongst this realm was not a chosen one. We're going to talk about Moses, okay? He was told, he was like, yo, dude, listen, there's a burning bush and everything. It's all in the book of Exodus. There's this burning bush and everything. And he had this conversation with his higher power, and his higher power was like, yo, listen, I really, really need you to do this. This is very important. And Moses, I think he kind of fell down. And there's different ways that we fall down. He really started to fall down. He started to, I can't do this. Come on, go get somebody else to do this. And his higher power said, nope, I picked you. And you're going to do this. We can discuss this for a little while, but I'm going to need you to go out there and do this. Okay? And I'm going to tell you something because I can spend the whole time in the intro talking about this. I'm going to move straight into Feel Good Friday. Nowish, let's go. All right, let's get started because we got a lot of ground to cover in a condensed time. I'm going to tell you something. As chosen ones and starseeds, whether you have just begun to awaken or you're just awakened, and you're going out there being of assistance and doing your thing, I'm going to tell you something. You know, I am so proud of you. And I don't say that in a condescending way. I mean, I am very, very proud of you. Some of you are out there doing things that I can only hope and imagine that I am tasked to do those things from the universe. You know, your higher power and the universe has put you out there on this path. And I'm going to tell you something. Sometimes we slow down. Sometimes we say, oh, Lord, this is just too much. I got to sit right down and take a break. Or sometimes we lay down by the side of the road and we start to question ourselves. And by questioning ourselves, we question our higher power or the universe. And essentially, this is falling down. But I'm going to tell you something. Whenever you fall down, you leave yourself open for attacks. You know, we've all heard the saying that, you know, people, you know, it's wrong for people to kick a person that's already down. We see this in our society. It's almost like training 101 for lower vibrational beings. Is if you see a person that is down, you just shove as much pain and sorrow on them as possible, knowing that you're standing above them at that moment. This will resonate with you. We all experience bad patches. This is what makes us resilient. If you look at your life, if you truly believe that you are a chosen one, if you truly believe that you are a starseed, you will dive deep into your life and you will see that you have been given problems that you thought were put there to break you, to break your resolve. But you walked away with a very valuable lesson, knowing and understanding that you can always move forward. And that is a feel-good message. To know and understand that no matter what is thrust upon you, you will always find a way to move forward, to get up off the ground. I used to, as a youth, go watch karate flicks. I used to go to 42nd Street, Times Square, when it was really Times Square. Go to 42nd Street and sit up and watch the triple features in some dirtbag movie theater. And I enjoyed the hell out of them. But one thing that I noticed was that when there was a fighter that had given their all, had given their best, however, for whatever reason, they lost the fight. And the person would stand over them, sword drawn or dart or knife or whatever weapon they were using, and said, I'm going to actually allow you to live because you're not worth me killing you. And then they would kick them. They could roll down the hill or whatever. We experience this in our day-to-day lives. We witness this constantly. A family member that was doing so well, that was being generous, that was helping everyone that they could possibly help. They were going out of their way. Okay? But then they fall upon hard times, or what they sense to be hard times, which may actually just be the universe or their higher power saying, okay, you got to this level. Before I let you move forward to the next level, I need to know and understand that you can handle whatever is thrown at you. They get kicked. Literally. We all know a person that for whatever reason has lost their domicile. Hey, listen, if you're going to stay with me, you're going to have to be kicked every moment to remind you that I was the one that assisted you. No matter how many other times you assisted them in their time of need without throwing the pompous power in their face. See, people tend to forget. Your higher power or the universe will never forget. But people, sentient beings that live on this realm, tend to forget the good that you have done. And they want you because, see, it's something within them that they can't accept. So now, when you come to them in need, either they will deny you and laugh at you, or they will just basically say, yes, you can do this. You can stay here. I'll help you through this. I'll help you through that. But it's based on the fact that I can gloat and laugh in your face every chance and moment that I get. Chosen ones, you are protected. Don't worry about this. Please don't worry about this. Because the only purpose it serves is to break you down. Whether you realize that you're chosen or not, just as Moses had to find out, whether you realize that you are special, whether you realize that you are unique, whether you realize that you are very important and integral to what is going on and how to make it better, okay, they do. They do. Whether you got the memo or not, they got the memo. They know that you are destined for greatness. They know that you are destined to do something so amazing, just like Moses did. Just like Moses did. So Moses gets this directive. Life is cray-cray already. Okay? Cray-cray already. So he gets this directive as he grows up, comes from a burning bush. He sits down and has this conversation. He is told, listen, the Pharaoh is treating your people, because remember, Moses was not thought of as being an Israelite. Okay? Remember that. Okay? The bush is sitting there talking to him saying, listen, the people is being treated wrong. They're being treated unjustly. They are being treated unfairly. Does this resonate with you in this day and age? Do you not see the mega powers treating our people, however you want to take that, unfairly and unjustly? So I need you to go over there and I need you to free them. I need you to free them. I got this land for them. I need them to go over there. They'll be protected. I'll make sure that everything is cool. I just need you to go out there and do that. Okay? You're going to be my face man for that. Moses sits up there and he is like, whoa. I appreciate you. I really, really appreciate you for this glorious task that you're giving me. However, and here comes the cavalcade of excuses. I don't think I'm ready for that. Yeah, I don't think that I can do. I don't think I've got enough training. I've never freed anybody. I can't do this. Does this not resonate with you? When we fall down, when we hit that speed bump in the road, instead of just moving forward with the task of getting to the next level, do we find ourselves giving excuses and reasons why? See, while you're doing that, there's somebody off to the sidelines waiting to kick you. They're waiting to kick you because they sense that you are doubting yourself. Okay, and we've got so many videos on this new channel. We've got so many videos about bolstering your confidence, getting rid of self-doubt, getting rid of questioning yourself, getting rid of questioning your higher power and or the universe. So the Bush is like, hold on a second. I got you. And then he's like, yo, but if I do this, after living, on the other side, they're just going to reject me. Hell, the people that you're sending me out to save might reject me. No, listen. That, again, validation. See, Moses tells us so many things in one, chapter or book of this scripture. Why are you seeking validation when you have a directive? If you are sitting up there, and this is just common sense to me, if you're sitting up there having a conversation with a whole burning bush, I really don't care what people over there think. If I truly know and understand that I'm having a conversation with my higher power and or the universe via a burning bush, hey, listen, dude, I don't care what you think. It's time for me to suit up and free my people. Now, we all know and understand how the story went down. Okay? Admittedly, probably as any chosen one would be given such a huge and monumental task, he was probably a little fearful. So when the Pharaoh brung out his magicians, at first, I'm quite sure Moses was like, yo, this staff better freaking work right now. Because the Pharaoh is bringing out the heavy guns. He's got his magicians and mages right in front of me. But he had faith. Pharaoh and his group, his cronies, they did their thing. See, I'm going to pause right there because this gives us an understanding. Like I said, there's so much knowledge in this book. This kind of gives us the viewpoint of how things exist in this world that can be measured either as good or evil. Red pill, blue pill. We learn this because if this is the only being of power, the person that's talking through the bush, I'm going to say this person is powerful because they're talking through a burning bush. If this is the only sense of power, where is the Pharaoh and his magicians getting their magic? That's what I'm saying. There is spiritual warfare going on. We are told this in the book of Exodus. There is spiritual warfare. This is what we are dealing with now. Technology, if you take that back 3, 4, 5, 6, 1,000 years, it would be considered magic. We are dealing with spiritual warfare right now. This is why, as chosen ones, and you got to feel good about this is why you have been selected. Goes out there, he does his thing, still kind of nervous. He's like, okay, we beat the Pharaoh. We basically beat these beings that meant us no good, that meant us harm. We beat them. We're good. We're good. We can now make this work. Okay? And then they look back and they're like, oh, wait, there's troops coming in the distance. And there's this big, huge body of water here. We can't swim across that. What are we going to do? And they sitting up there, they're like, wow, what are we going to do? Dude, you're supposed to be helping us. That was the pivotal point. That was the point that Moses had to believe in himself. That was the point that he had to believe in his higher power. That was the point that he had to believe in the universe. That was the point that he had to understand that he was here to serve a purpose, to follow a directive, and the being that gave him that directive would make sure that it played out correctly. So we have the splitting or the parting of the Red Sea. Okay, scientists are still trying to give excuses for this. You're not going to figure it out. Okay, and they walked through the path that was open for them. Again, look at the wording, the path. They walked through the path, and once they were safely through, what happened? Here comes the water crashing down on the Pharaoh and his troops. There was still turmoil. We all know about the Ten Commandments and all that other stuff. I'm not trying to give Bible school, okay? I'm not trying to do that. I'm just trying to highlight a few points that we can never fall down. We can never give up. We have to begin to strengthen our faith. And no matter what you believe in, if it's a higher power, if you believe that Allah or God or Buddha has gifted you with being a chosen one, then give your faith 150%. Give that faith. That's going to make you feel good. Moses did not think that he was prepared for the battle, but we read through the book of Exodus and hey, you had everything that you needed. This is what I've been trying to impress upon all of you. You have everything that you need. You may not realize it because maybe it's not needed right now. You know, Moses didn't have to walk around with this staff for 15 years before he sat down and talked to a burning bush and get practice. This is not whatever that book is with the Hogwarts and stuff like that. Well, I never read it. I'm sorry. But, you know, it's not that. There's no magical school for this. The only magic lies within you. It lies within your faith. If your higher power or the universe can create miracles, so can you. You are the vessel that is being poured into to create these miracles. You are given this power because it is known that you have a great responsibility. So you are given great power to carry out your task. When you lay down, you will find that every being that is against you, every person, every animal, everything that vibrates on the basis of being negative will do this one thing. They will kick you when you are down. No, they won't get rid of you. They can't get rid of you because they need to show to the rest of the chosen ones that you can be beaten. And the only way that you can be beaten, the only way that you can be burned down is when you begin to have a lack of faith, not only in your higher power, not only in the universe, but in yourself. It may be cool to say, I am chosen. I am a chosen one. Starts a lot of arguments around the people that I know when I try to explain to them that I feel that I'm here for a higher purpose. What do you mean you're here for a higher purpose? What makes you special? Nah, it's not me. It's the universe. In your case, it may be your higher power. That's what makes me special. It's not a ticker tape parade. Okay, I'm not going down Broadway in a vehicle with people throwing flowers and, oh, I love you, chosen one. No, I love you. It's really grit and grind. It really is. You know, there are times where, and I must admit, it's not due to a lack of faith, but I quickly pull myself back up and I'm like, what are you talking about? With great power comes great responsibility. And We spend our whole lives, and this is going to resonate with you, we spend our whole lives from once we become sentient until we hit the dirt to leave this realm, trying to figure out the question, the answer to one question. Why am I here? What is it that I'm supposed to do? You know, with that being said, because it is Feel Good Friday, and I don't know why I get so excited on Feel Good Friday. I get excited for multiple reasons. But I think this message is important. I can't suggest that you pick up a Bible and read through the book of Exodus, but it is really an experience. It almost plays out like a movie, you know. But there's really some great tangible things that you can pull out that you can use as a chosen one, no matter what your belief is. Again, I constantly say this. Don't worry about the messenger. Focus and concentrate on the message. Okay, that's where the meat and potatoes are. All right. Hey, with that being said, let's move forward. Let's go.
In today's fast-paced world, we often find ourselves clinging to things that no longer serve us. But what if I told you that true liberation lies in letting go? Letting go of attachments, expectations, and outcomes frees us from the chains of past regrets and future anxieties. It allows us to fully embrace the present moment, where true peace and joy reside. The art of letting go is not about giving up. It's about surrendering to the flow of life and trusting in the universe's divine plan. So, take a deep breath, release the burdens weighing you down, and open yourself to the infinite possibilities that await. Embrace the freedom that comes from releasing what no longer serves your highest good. Remember, in letting go, we find our greatest strength.
All right, we are back. And yeah, I probably have to seek help for that because, like I said before, didn't really go anyplace. And yet and still, I'm still excited. But anywho, you know, the book of Exodus actually teaches us so much. If you look past just the main, I guess, concept of the story of a chosen one freeing a group of people from being subjugated and being treated unjustly and unfairly, we see a lot of, I guess, context clues to show us what we should be doing as chosen ones. And one of those things is having faith in our higher power and or the universe, but most importantly, having faith within ourselves. Because every time we start to falter, either side of the coin, pick one, yourself or your higher power and or the universe, what you'll find is there will always be someone there to kick you. Okay? Whenever you feel that you can't get through something, wherever you feel that a problem is unsurmountable, you're not going to get through this, you might as well just start shopping for coffins right now. You know, we learned from this story that Moses was actually given everything that he needed. He was actually shown that he was never alone. When they came in front of the Red Sea, they was like, oh man, it's done, son. It's done. We might as well turn around and hope they don't kill us all. No. Faith. Faith, and that's what it's about. That's what this Feel Good Friday is about. Embracing your faith, embracing your path, embracing your journey. See, yes, there's always going to be someone to kick us when we are down, just like in those karate flicks. But I kind of didn't finish the story. What usually happens in those karate flicks that I enjoyed so much as a child was this person indeed did not die. He may have been kicked down a whole mountain. He may have been thrown in the sea. He may have been hurled off of a cliff, but he didn't die. And he would go and he would have, or she would have enough faith in themselves to train once again. To have faith in themselves. And you know, maybe that was not in every movie. It wasn't about I'm going to go get vengeance for what these people did to me. But the universe has a strange way of playing things out. These people that threw them off the mountain or threw them down the cliff or threw them in the ocean would always appear in this new town, causing more havoc, causing more chaos. And then you had this person who would just come out the blue and say, I remember you and I remember what you did to me, and today I'm going to teach you a lesson. Now, we don't take it that extreme, chosen ones. We don't. We allow karma to do what karma is going to do. We allow the universe to do what it's going to do. We allow our higher power and or the universe do what it's going to do. These mechanics have been in place for eons. Just because you're here, they're not going to break tomorrow. They've always been here. This battle, this spiritual warfare has been here, off and on, for eons. Okay? Regrettably, it's not going to stop. It's just like this big balancing wheel. It's got to find balance somehow. But we are always placed here to balance it so that we can overcome the evil. We can overcome the negativity. We can overcome the injustice. I hope you actually do walking away from this feeling good, knowing your potential, knowing your power. Now, a couple of things that I do want to discuss is I'm thinking about reading from the book that Amaris helped me create and doing almost just visuals with a chapter from the book. I'm also thinking of moving forward, becoming more of the person that, thankful to the universe for building me this way, is to actually give relevant messages not just to chosen ones and star seeds, but to the populace in general, because I feel like we are like the people that lived on the Nebuchadnezzar and the Matrix. We are out here trying to free these souls. So I don't know. I have faith that I can do it. I really do, but you're going to see a gradual change. I might start with just the Sunday services, but you're going to see a more, I guess, vocal viewpoint that is made for the masses. I'm not telling you guys not to be here because I need your support. I need your support. You are my family. As chosen ones and star seeds, you will always forever be my family. So I need you to, once again, subscribe. Oh yeah, we made 500 and change. We are only like just below 300 of reaching our goal of 800. So I'm excited about that. But I need you guys. I need you guys. I don't depend on anyone else in this world because sometimes I don't know if I'm dealing with a lower vibrational being or not. So, but you guys have been vetted. You guys, I already know what you guys are about. You're about positivity. You're about change. You're about creating a better world, not only for my children, but everyone's children. So I appreciate you for that. I appreciate the fact that your higher power universe made you part of my life, So if you have any thoughts about the trajectory that we're taking Church of Real Talk, you are an integral part of it. Please leave it in the comments. Any suggestions you see in the little community thing, I'm really trying to figure out how to have like meet and greets and meetups and stuff like that. So I'm trying to get it all done while trying to get the actual physical location for a church into play. Again, every purchase from the shop, churchofpayhip.com, Church of Real Talk, actually helps out with getting that closer to becoming manifest. Okay? But I want you guys to go out there, enjoy your Friday. Please, please, please do not fall down because they're sitting. If you look around the corner, there's a bunch of like bad entities just like looking around the corner like, yo, he's doubting himself. I think he's about to fall. Don't fall into that trap. Don't fall down. Just always pick yourself up. We're going to fail. We're not always going to reach that 100%. We're not always going to. It's life. It's life, but that doesn't mean that you give up. That doesn't mean that you throw in the towel. That doesn't mean that you take a bunch of kicks. Okay? So, with that being said, enjoy your weekend. Go out there, continue to make a positive change, and you already know. Love you guys.